I mean, what you think about the black women, the ones that have professional jobs, and I mean, now women have so many professional jobs, like the vice president.
Right.
And there's a lot of beautiful black women. So
Yeah.
I don't see why you men have a problem.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, beautiful.
Yeah, they are. I think for me, my opinion about it is, I think it's not that our women, and it's only really like the black race. I just think that because of the racism that we dealt with in the past before,
yes,
and what has happened, and again, it's just my opinion. I just think that the white race pushed the black women to be superior
to them.
And at the same time, it was destroying the black men in a way because from the drugs and stuff that they put into our neighborhoods.
Yes.
And then meanwhile, the women was building to be stronger.
Stronger, yeah.
Because they had so much more responsibility.
Yeah.
So I think that women are dynamic when it comes to multitasking and being a nurturer. I just think that women are just natural nurturers and they go-getters.
Okay.
Whereas the men are programmed to, just like probably when you coming up, they're the bread ones, so they'll go out there and work their behinds out and just come home and the woman take care of him.
Yes.
And, and I think so now it's the same program, but now women have more accomplishments now. So they have more money. So now when you look at it, you see it's not balanced.
It's not balanced. Okay.
Because you can't tell a woman now because she has master's degrees, like you say, they vice president, and their men are laborers.
Yeah.
So now he don't come home with the bacon and the bread and the food to put on the table. And the women to me, I just think for our race, they don't feel like they have to put up with it. They don't have to deal with,
I make the money.
So and that's just my opinion. I just think that it's sad in a way because I think that we're the only race that doesn't support each other. When you look at the white race, whatever, they never got out of that balance. You don't see superior white women over the white man. You see the opposite. The white man is superior. Yeah, so I just think the dynamics of it is just one of the things that, they're submissive to the relationship. I'm not gonna say to the man, but to the relationship. They see things to be done, they do it.
And don't you think that comes from not being able to communicate? I mean, if this is, because there are some people who have professional jobs and they have married people who maybe dig ditches or whatever out there they do. But some of them live a good life because I feel like they can communicate with each other.
Right.
Although I'm doing this, what I'm doing, and although you that, but make them feel the way they should feel.
Right.
See, the main thing about it is being able to make people feel the way they feel. Right. Sometimes we can't do a lot of things, but other people can, after they talk with you and you feel like you can do some things, and you can.
Right.
But you just need that little help, that little push.
Right.
And what we have to do, I think we have to be able to, be able to just really thank them and do things to make them feel really good about themselves.
Right.
People have to understand that even down with children, you have to make them come up to feel good about themselves.
Right.
Loving yourself is important.
Right.
You can't love nobody else if you don't love
yourself. Right.
So you have to be able to love you. You don't have to look like that person or be like that person or have this money or live like that person. But you have to still, wherever you at, you have to be able to love yourself.
Right.
Like I'm going to see about myself. I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm just using this. I need to fix my hair. I need to do this because this is me.
Right.
And so once you can do that, you can love somebody else.
Yeah, you always say that too. Like you always say, I'm doing me.
Me, yeah. And I mean, like I tell folks, I'm happy with me.
Right.
Because I feel like the person I am, it took some time to get to be a certain way. But it was with God's help. I feel like I could. No, I'm not going on space, but I feel like I can get to a whole lot of places. Right. And I've been able to see, after I start thinking like that, things start happening different for me.
Right.
I had an opportunity to be invited to the governor's mansion. I had opportunities to go places and with people that's, a whole lot different, I say. Right. But after I began to think like that, I feel like I can go any place. If I can go up in the White House, I can go anywhere.
Right.
Because I can do that, because this is me.
Right. Self-confidence.
That's right.
Right.
And it took that, like I was telling, some days I should get up and go out for breakfast just to make myself. Lunch, I go out, let them park my car, I go in and sit and whatever, because I have confidence.
Right.
I want to be served and treated a certain way.
Right.
I don't have to demand it. I got to knowing that that's what's going to happen. But I had an experience when I stayed out away from home for 2 years taking care of my sister. I really got some confidence in myself. That some things that I just needed to happen for me. And it did. There are some young people, I know all of them are not like that. I've met some most respectable young men and women. I would ride the bus, young men would be there and they would say, "Hey, mother, you want me to help you on the bus? Do you need me to get you something?" I've met some very nice young people. They out there.
Right.
Now, a lot of people think all of them out there not bad. Mm-hmm. Because it's some very nice. And just like I have some very, very nice young women that they see about me, they just do so many nice things for me. And although I don't have a daughter, but it's just like I have daughters that God has blessed me with. And when you can travel and young people just come up and say, "Ma'am, I'll help you up on the bus, do you need me to get you?" And people talk about young people, there's some really nice young people. Right. But you got to have that, what's in yourself, that they can see it. And they'll help you.
That's important that you said that, because it's a lot of people, the media and stuff, they are trash, the younger generation. But it is good kids.
Yes, it is. Some nice ones. I met some very nice people, because I know riding the bus, sometimes, people get on and talk to you and ride. Some of them young men would tell them, say, "Look, do you see that mama up there?" And young people listen to young people. Mm-hmm. And they would get quiet, And the bus driver, he said, "Well, mother, I'm going to stop and so get you some lunch." And, it's just that you have to get this within yourself. And you can't do it by yourself. It's a thing that God will do for you. Mm-hmm. That you can build up that confidence. That when you go where you're going, you're going to be taken care of. Right. And it happened for me. Because I was facing some situation that I had to leave one time at the middle of the night, about 3 o'clock in the morning, to go to another town with hospital and stuff, with this sick situation. But there were people who were just nice. "Ma'am, can I help you?" And, at first I was a little whatever, because it was kind of surprising to me. But they said, "Ma'am, can I help you? And did you need me to go get you something?" And I, you know, because people talk about, well, these children is like this and that, but there are some nice young people.
Yeah.
Now, it's for, I guess we need to get them together because, I mean, right here in this neighborhood, I'm going into situations and the young people, and they be talking to me. I have a little girl down the street. I don't care what time I go out that door, she holler up the street. Hallelujah. And then one of them told me, you remember when you carried me to church? A lot of, that's they grew up and I forget them, but they say, well, you know, you carried me to church. And there's one young boy used to live across the street. He's a minister now. He says, you know, you should take me to church when I was a little boy. But it's, like I said, it's some nice young people. But we gonna have them. We just can't walk out there and approach them any kind of way. That won't work.
Right.
You're gonna have to be able to discern who you dealing with. And it makes it easy.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Because all of them out there ain't like that.
Right.
Because there's some mamas out there been praying and been talking to them and doing what they trying to do for them. So they still got some out there.
Right.
All of them is not like that.
So we ain't lost yet.
We all not lost yet. And they keep on, we gonna have to bring some of you back up to life. Y'all not lost yet.
Yeah.
I mean, because, you know, it's still young people say, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I still say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And old as I am, I'm older people than I am. Some of you know, I would say, yes, ma'am, because that's what I know. But like I said, they got some out there.
Yeah.
You know, and some young people, I think they just want people to really love them. I believe that. Because see, a lot of these children, they came up in church when they were small. They just might have strayed away.
Right.
But they know, they know. You get to talking to them and it's in them.
Right.
They just need to be born again in them. I mean, I'm serious. And it's a good thing that they're not lost.
Right.
I mean, some might be, but not all.
Right. So
I thank God for young people. Older people, I thank the Lord for them too. But see, a lot of people don't understand. Young people supposed to be strong. They have strength.
right.
Now, if I were going down the step with another 86-year-old person, we might not make it down.
Where y'all going?
Down on the ground, we'll be laid down. But see, you need that. You people have to understand. Young people, if you they have some strength.
Right.
You know, and I got some young people. Oh, honey, them young people pray, and they believe God. And now, but if you take both of us going down the step, we might believe Him, but it's gonna take something to get us down and back up.
So you mentioned earlier that you bake cakes and stuff.
Yeah,
and
I'm
all
gonna
that
stop
good
baking
stuff.
them too.
So how that been like?
Good.
How did you get into baking?
Well, when I was a little girl, I was always mounting, as usually still is, in the kitchen. And see, back then, my grandmama and them would have to roll out the stuff to make the crust. They would have to do all this stuff to make stuff. And I said, I'm going to learn how to do that. And I did.
Yes, you did. You made some great cakes.
That's right. Got one sitting in there now.
Yeah, I'm going to get a piece of it.
But you know what? Some things you just learn, And we didn't have a lot of things that people have now.
Mm-hmm.
But they had beautiful cakes. They might not have been using what we use, but they made good cakes and cobblers and dumplings and stuff. Them old people just cooked.
Right.
But if you really cook and cook right, you can save some money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like taking your lunch to work and stuff
That's right.
like that.
Well, now I am the same. My children didn't eat fast food.
Mm.
And everywhere we travel, I pack the lunch. Still do.
Still packing lunch.
Still pack a lunch. When I leave going, if it's around, I still have my lunch. I pack food, because I don't know. When they were small, on the weekend, I would start cooking on Friday night, Saturday morning. We would go take our little picnics and stuff, and I'd be done fried chicken and, I pack my lunch.
Mm.
Now they were about grown before they could eat fast food.
Mm.
They don't do good with it now, but they eat it.
Right.
Because we would eat it home.
Right.
Yeah, and see, a lot of times people have to stop to feed them. No, we just stop. We have food.
Stop and pull over. You got to pull
That's
out that
right.
lunch bag.
And we have cake and whatever all we have. Yeah. And they old, and sometime now when they get ready to leave home, I fix them, send them with some lunch. I believe that.
Yeah,
I just believe in being together.
Mm.
I don't like this, I'm over here and you over there, and it's like this and that. I just believe people you have to have time, just be together. So you can feel that closeness.
Right.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Right.
I believe in hugging
Right.
my children.
Still hug.
Still hugging. Gonna be hugging as long as I live too.
Right.
I hug them and I tell them, they stop telling us that. I said, well, I thank you all so much. You got things like that. I said, oh, yes, I have too. Because it's a blessing.
Right.
Right? Yeah. But now that baking, after I retired from work, then I went to work for a doctor. And that was a blessing. And it's still a blessing. After that, my son carried a piece of cake down, eating a piece of cake at a restaurant, and the man, I guess he wanted a piece. So I ended up baking for them for quite some time.
Mm.
So now I'm baking sometimes. But during that time, I was doing maybe 10 and 15 cakes.
Right. I remember that.
That's right.
Yeah, you was the
So now,
plug with the cakes.
now I'm down. But I'm still baking, but I don't feel I want to just keep baking now.
Right. So at 86, you still hug the kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna hug them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to hug them. And every day, they say I'm noisy, and I am.
Right.
Because when people are too quiet, there's something else too. So, when I wake up in the morning, I want to make sure everybody answers me.
Right.
I don't want to ever leave home and somebody's not.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
That's right. I'm not going to sleep with being angry with nobody.
That's something that a lot of older people has always try to tell the younger people.
That's right. I'm not going to sleep angry, and I ain't finna wake up angry.
It ain't worth it.
No, I wake up. No, I'm not doing that.
So how would you get over the anger or the miscommunication or?
Because I have a habit of talking. Say, Lord, I forgive them. Whatever's going on, I forgive them. Whoever, I forgive them. Whatever, that's the way I be sounding. I say, it's okay, Lord.
Right.
Tell them I don't owe nobody. I'm free out of everything. I'm going to sleep.
Right.
I say, I'm free.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I've always been the one who disturbed the house. Ever since I was a little girl.
What?
I always had to get up in front of disturbing the house. If the house got too quiet, I would just end up doing something.
Just to get the crowd, get the house back noisy, talking.
Or get a whooping so I wouldn't be lost. I don't know. I just found things to do.
Right. Like now, you still get out.
I sure do. I find stuff to do. I told folks, I said, when I was a little girl, we used to have a little church service. Me and my little friend, and sometimes we got a whooping because we just had a little bad church service, and sometimes it was good.
How you have a bad church?
So we saying the wrong things.
What y'all?
Bad words. Bad words.
Oh man.
And we had plenty of chickens, and if one died, we put them in the shoebox.
Man.
We go on down, and we be acting like grown folks. We'd be leading them on down to
the hole.
On down through them bushes, and sometimes we used to see them little black snakes and stuff. I was always scared of them, but my grandma was, I think I got a whipping. She said, I don't think you're gonna be putting too many more of them to rest.
Cause you gonna
tell your tale.
right.
Give you a little whooping. But it was, it was all in growing up.
Right.
But I was talking to my oldest son, and we've been trying to figure out something, but I don't know whether I'll ever figure this out. Where we lived in South Carolina, most people didn't have this, but most people we had a porch. And on this porch, you have a swing where you just sit out as little children.
Mm-hmm.
Every morning, I don't know how this happened. I'm trying to figure out, was this a dream or what did I see myself? There was a little lady that would pass by our house every day. And she would be dressed in her long dress. But the lady had on nice shoes. And she had her Bible. But she was a missionary. But I could never see her coming back.
Mm.
But I could always see this person going. And I would sit out there, and I said, I wonder where this lady come from. And then I would always, to me, I would say, I would tell them, I said, you see this lady? And they would say, no. I said, when I grow up, I'm going to be just like that lady. And I said, and they call the little lady a missionary. But it's an amazing thing about that. I've never been able to see her coming back.
Mm.
And it bothered me sometimes. So somebody said, maybe you saw yourself. You know how you can, whatever, how that works on people. I don't know. But anyway, even now, today, I always visualize that person.
Oh, wow.
But I never just actually, I didn't ever see her face.
Mm. Mm-mm. Well, that's
amazing, ain't it?
That's
But I saw her with her little Bible. She had a Bible, and she was so neat. But she would be going, because she was a missionary.
right.
She was going on where she was going. And I said, no wonder as I began to get older, I was always sitting out there, and I'd always see her, but I would never see her when she come back to find out where she was going.
Mm.
I'd be looking. No.
Right.
I couldn't be out there after dark because we have a street light.
Right.
But when the street light come in, you know about that.
You gotta go on.
You got to be home.
Right.
Because that street light catch you in the back, but
yeah.
That was another number.
Right.
But I enjoyed, like I tell people, I enjoyed my childhood. I really did. I mean, maybe we didn't have some things other people had, but that it didn't never. I always figured we had it.
Mm.
I don't care how I'm coming, working, how I'm looking, but treat me like I got it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Treat you like you got it.
I got it, and I'm still that way.
Yeah, you are.
Wherever I go, and I have, and treat me.
Right. Bro, I remember that time we went to D.C.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that man hit your car?
Yeah.
That's when I knew that. I say, man, I'm all crazy, man. You and your friend, like, well, he ain't going nowhere.
That's right.
I had that man hemmed up.
In D.C., we got a little money off that too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, about $1,000.
Right.
Yeah.
So the man hit your car.
Yeah.
And he tried to get away.
I guess he did, but he wasn't finna go.
So y'all two old ladies.
Old lady? We were young then. We were young.
Yeah, y'all was. Yep.
Yeah, we young. But that trip was when I was coming back from Virginia.
Right.
what the guy was supposed to be, the groom, no, he supposed to be the best man or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he left.
Yeah.
And came back to Atlanta.
From my brother wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was at the hotel. I didn't know nobody. Strange town up there in Virginia. The guy gone back. And it so happened that little Rudy's mother-in-law, she called and she picked me up. But I done left. I went out the hotel and I went to get me some breakfast. I did everything. And it never occurred to me that you walking around like this in a strange town.
Man.
I mean, I went to the restaurant and everything. But I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't occur to me that I was in Virginia in a strange town. Matter of fact, stayed in the hotel. I was just by myself.
Right.
But I guess it didn't bother me.
Yeah, because you just said the confidence earlier.
Well, I guess so. I go up in there. I told him I go up in there like money.
So, we're going to wrap this up. So, it's always funny when you tell me this. You tell me this all the time. You say, people that don't come and see me, don't come and see me when I'm gone.
That's right. No, don't come when I'm gone. If you coming, you better come now. Because I done told we gonna close up some stuff. There won't be no repass. Because most folks gonna come hungry. And they won't get no free food.
That tickled me every time.
Well, if you want to eat with me, come now.
There you go.
If I don't cook, we can go to the restaurant. We can do something.
Yep.
You don't be eating up no food and all my dead money. You take that little money and do something else y'all need to do. No, because it take a lot of money to feed a bunch of persons. You know, most of us can eat a lot.
Oh yes.
You won't eat that.
Right.
And my children look at me funny. Said, "What did you say?" I said, "When I leave this world, you won't be coming to see me."
Right.
Because once that spirit it's going. And you looking down there at this shell, and I might not be looking like, I don't know what might be looking like, because you know sickness changes things sometimes. So hey, we ain't gonna do that.
Right.
So I just want to make sure I got my soul that it have the right resting place.
There you go.
And these other folks up there looking, trying to figure out something, they better figure out how to get some Jesus.
There you go.
And then you know they're hungry. It's somebody people go to funeral, they be hungry. When it's over with, they just can't wait. They go and sit and wait till folks come back to feed them.
Wow.
They do.
Yeah, I've seen that before. On occasion.
I seen them before. All the time. Where the food at? Do y'all want to go back where the repass? Now you repass yourself and go home and eat, or go to Burger King, McDonald's, or some of them places. Won't be eating none of mine.
Right.
They won't have none of my cakes. They won't have none of my cakes there, and then so you done. And I'll be happy about it.
Oh man.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You need to break up this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you think how much money it take to feed up a bunch of folks.
It's a lot.
They'll take that money and do something for your house or whatever they want to do, but don't feed them.
Right.
Now,
I heard that. Now don't feed them.
But no, you know, I have a lot of grandchildren. So, really, if all of them take one time a month, and by the time, it'll take a whole year to get them all round.
Right.
But they won't be able to do that.
Right.
No. I love y'all. But whatever you gonna do, we gonna do it now.
There you go. That's why I'm here.
That's what I'm talking about. See, you gonna be all right. You gonna be. If I got a millionaire tomorrow, I'll call you up.
Hey, I'm talking about, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying. You know, because I love people.
Right. Me too.
And I love people. You know, I really do. I always have. It's just that I enjoy people.
Yeah.
Then I enjoy places. I enjoy things. I enjoy just going. My son said, he told me he was coming by, and so he let you know I don't get tired fast.
Right.
Now, he take me to the shopping center, he tired.
Right.
And I'm ready to go.
You ready to roll.
I'm ready to roll.
Yeah.
Look at him come. Look at him come in this door. I'm ready to go. But you know, I'm glad I'm like that.
Yeah, and that's what I get it from, bro. Because
Yeah,
I always,
I'm ready to go.
And people misinterpret that from me.
Yeah.
Guys.
I be ready to go. But a lot of people people don't have that going. But shit, here come my tire with. Oh, he got
I don't know that by your mom. This the oldest child over here.
What's up?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna run no girl like that. I don't know what you doing.
You know what he doing.
Yeah, you know what we doing.
Yeah,
I don't want to be on TikTok, man.
You ain't gonna be on no TikTok, man.
What you want to know? Yeah, I ain't ready, man.
Man, you alright.
You is ready.
What you talking about? What's up?
You? See what I'm talking about?
You gotta scoot down a little bit.
I'm with him. Let me go get a chair.
Yeah, he got a little chair.
Oh, he need a check.
You got ears on there?
Nah, man, we just film and stuff. But yeah, Grandma, I think that's where I get it from. Like, I guess I'm misunderstood because I like people.
Yeah.
I like people. Like, I don't have no biasness of people.
People, yeah.
It's just people. It don't matter women, men,
I like
anybody, kids. I just like people. Like, and a lot of people be like, you know, for women, wives and girlfriends of the past and stuff like that, they be like, you just so sociable. And I'm like, I just like people. It's not that I'm just.
Well, people like us, folks find us.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you why. We can be in a restaurant eating, and for some reason, somebody want to talk to me, and they'll say, then we get to talking. I said, well, I'm in church, and they said, where's your church? I'll come by your church, and they do that.
Yep.
And so one lady said to me, she said, everywhere you go, look like, you know, you meet somebody, but people will meet me.
Yep.
And that's something that we can't really do anything about.
Yeah, cause
that's why you have to live a certain way, that when people meet you, they would want to be around you.
Yeah.
And you know, I have a lot of people that I have met. I met a person on the bus, and you know, lady came up and she said, ma'am, do you mind me sitting with you? I said, no. She said, well, you call me when you get to Atlanta, and I'll come over and visit your church. And she did. So I just believe that sometimes people meet us.
Yeah.
They don't want to, see, a lot of people don't understand that. They don't want to just stay with us.
Right.
And like whatever. It's a thing that they just want to meet us. And so you meet them.
Yeah.
It's really a gift from God, because, you know, sometimes you meet wonderful people. And I was faced with a situation once, and I was at this meeting, and this lady came up, and she said, well, we got to talking. And I began to talk to her, and that lady sent me something. That's when my daughter was ill. She told me on the phone, she called me, she told me what hospital to go to, and everything would be taken care of.
Right.
And I've been trying to find this person, but I never could.
But you're right.
Like I said, people will meet us, and I think that's something that you can't really do a lot about, but you just have to be ready to meet people.
Yeah.
You know? And you can be in a crowd of people, and sometimes, for some reason, it'll be somebody there just come up and want to talk to you. Yeah. And they don't want nothing personal. They just, and sometimes people have problems, and they just want to talk to somebody. And I guess we look like the ones gonna listen.
Yeah, that's it. Listen and give them some
that's right.
Good advice.
That's true. And so, like I said, it's nothing, and it's a good thing in a way.
Right.
Because, you know, there are some people you meet, they might be getting ready to do something bad to themselves.
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
But like I said, Daryl.
Yes.
Where are you?
Why you sitting there? He telling you.
Oh, I know what
You
you
turn it around. You ain't good for the camera.
I'm
She
good.
been good. She been great the whole time.
I've been good, honey.
Yeah, well, you keep on looking at the camera, baby. Don't tell the truth.
But just like I said, this, you know,
You on camera?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's awesome.
and that's something that you know, you meet people, and sometimes we go out to eat, and I might take a cake, and a lot of people say, "Ma'am," so somebody at church said, "You know, those people would like to have a piece of your cake," but we give them a piece. Maybe we might not see them again, and then I met some people say, "You that," I was out there at the shopping center, man, calling, "You that lady bake, you that lady bake cakes." He hollering across the parking lot. You that lady make them cakes, but see, it just, you know, we all have a purpose.
Yeah, I'm a believer in that.
We all have a purpose,
Right.
and we all, if we do what we need to do, we are supposed to be able to help somebody. There are a lot of people got some problems, and they are confused, but they need somebody. A lot of people don't take time to listen to young people and different things, but they need help.
Right.
You know, and for some reason, because things are not like it used to be. It used to be a time that we all had to, you know, like I said, we all would have to get at the table and say your Bible verse, and your families would eat together. But now, everybody do whatever they want to do.
That's true. That is
But
true.
now me as a person, if you a certain age, you're going to do as I say do.